humans tomorrow live without sorrow in the city of Horror on alien ground. You may want to know their secrets to borrow. No problems without a solution are found. They have a machine which keeps their streets clean, and try as you might, you'll still be delighted by how safely quarantined their criminal fiends are locked in a night so far from our sight. On that machine runs a computer simulation, the Galactic Express, on endless navigation. The criminals trapped in phantasmic stimulation, 99% succeeds at rehabilitation. The prisoners must face many virtual trials while the judges watch on, relaxing in style, choosing who has earned release or nay, who can leave and who must forever stay. 3 prisoners float, their bodies in tanks, dreaming they wrote the verse of their fate. Drugged and forgetting, they are plugged in, as much machine as they were once human. Next, they open their eyes from sleep. They'll think they're flying through space. Don't tell them, it is our secret to keep, theirs to earn redemption and grace. Eldon woke first, gasping for thirst, fearing the worst, he was already dead. Clutching his head, still seeing red, wishing to be fed, but groaning instead. Sally woke after, staring up at the rafters. Steel beams seem real, the Galactic Express. Giggling laughter, robotics which craft her, squeaking and beeping before it's suppressed. Deep in space, how far did we race? How long have we been sleeping for? No familiar stars wherever we are, nowhere I've ever heard of before. Kidnapped, tragedy elapsed, Eldon wails, when did we set sail? Who are you and why do the maps not show this system or follow our trail? Harris, last of the 3 criminals from sleep, is free. What's the first thing that I see but a pair of whiny little babies? Don't hang about, we must get out. What's that sound which haunts the route? Get onto the bridge to the docking bay. I won't wait for permission to escape. Sally follows Eldon, who needed a prod. The Galactic Express has getaway pods, but this ship isn't in working order. If we stay long, we'll soon fare poorer. Don't open the doors on either side. Don't listen to sounds or follow the lights. When air pressure is gone, I'll be all right, but you're too human to last through the night. A cyber girl, you've been replacing parts with robot bits, a new neck, a new heart. What's in my heart is none of your concern. Mind your own business or fly in an urn. But another passenger was hidden inside the Galactic Express, in for the wildest ride. An uninvited guest or part of the test? Was it alone or waiting for the rest? Up the walls, floor to ceiling, robot spiders more than leering. Yellow eyes and warning flashing, scuttling legs around them dashing. Don't stop now, we must get out, loud Harris shouts. Along the ridge, over the bridge, don't mess about, don't sigh and pout. The monster lay in wait for them, unearthly bray, shell black as sin. Her royal cloak, her deadly grin, on nets of living rope she spins. Duck and dodge and rolling under, to hesitate would be a blunder. Over the bridge to the docking bay, not a moment's time to waste. I know how to fly, so step aside, Harris the first to rush inside. We'll launch this pod by grace of God, we'll sleep on solid ground tonight. There must be more than 3 of us, Eldon protested, making a fuss. On board the Galactic Express so large, we can't leave the crew on this funeral barge. The spiders swarming down the walls, threatening to release from webs and fall down onto the prisoners' waiting heads, or biting through the electronics instead. Half a moment to set the controls, fly straight to the planet by gravity's pull. This knob I hold and twist to know the air isn't toxic. We can breathe it without having a fit. Give me 5 minutes to go back and sweep the rooms along our track. I've got something the rest of you lack, a heart which cannot be so easily hacked. Easier for Eldon to say than do with nasty creatures in pursuit. Whatever happens, I'm not afraid. I'll pay the price, whatever is paid. Maybe I am not the one they want. They're clearly robotic, haven't you thought it? Strange they aren't now on the hunt. Maybe Sally is the one that they sought. Don't be silly, you don't really think you're safe from them. Eat the computer, you'll find it chilly, being gasping, choking, and floating condemned. Convinced at last, the pod now blasts away from the Galactic Express. It didn't go fast, but got away past exploding oxygen's violent decompress. Beyond the flame lurked a shadow, the monster in the deep of space, a web of stars and galaxies in tow, a tear in the fabric of reality's lace. Silence from horror too deep for words, staring into the abyss which stares at you. To look was to suffer without any hurt, as devoured is Galactic Express and its crew. Unnatural intelligence which did not belong, from a different song it felt all wrong. An eye full of longing for belonging, yet malice too came flowing strong. The pod escaped, a shooting star toward the planet, didn't have to go far. Before entering the upper atmosphere, a flaming streak on the horizon appears. Smoke and clouds, once roaring loud, give way to green and pleasant views. At least something living to be found, gives a little hope to hold on to. Crashing, breaking through the boughs, the jungle resists, but on they plow. On some lost planet, on alien ground, the pod is ruined, their problems compound. And sneaking from the pod on top, a little spider crawls and hops, too small to see, too fast to stop, listening, lingering, patiently eavesdrops. I don't want you to think me cold or cruel because I didn't go back to save the crew. You'd be getting cyber upgrades too if you knew what my mother put me through. She runs a factory making robots. No surprise, her daughter not good enough. At first I only changed some spots, but she wouldn't love me until I was tough. I don't want you to think me soft or weak. If I am being punished, I deserve a bleak cell for the deeds I've done. I've killed a man, from law I've run. I loved my wife more than she loved me. I caught her with another in their sleep. I'm not proud, I can't resist her lure, but I'm proud of the hurt which I endured. You're not getting anything more to see from an important captain like me. I'll start the fire in the pod, there's a tent. Pray your thoughts aren't mired by what the omen meant. In the dark of the jungle beyond their light, the little spider lays their eggs. Swelling and pulsing, she drinks in the night. Eyes blooms, flowers with sprouting legs. Within a single night, a single spider copied as quickly as code can run. More of them means the mind opens wider, alien consciousness, the machine has begun. The survivors from the Galactic Express were not the only ones living here. What the spiders were, they couldn't guess, swarms soon sending them running in fear. The spirit of the jungle speaks of a curse on the winds and where they meet, a curse on where the river bends. On this path, only death we greet. Evil intruders have despoiled our land, a curse comes with them, and with them goes. Do not spare woman, or child, or man. Spirit demands, the spirit knows. First the drums beating, then the fires, the wild bleating. Our heroes saw them dancing as they run, chanting, a sacred spell begun. We've got company, Eldon, check the pod. I've found a hatchet, grab a stick or a rod. This isn't my first rodeo going abroad. I'm alive today because I beat what I saw. Welcome, weary and burdened guests. With our company you will keep. You wish for food, safety, rest, where wild animals won't watch you sleep. To the sacred mountain we'll go in, the quasi-crystal where my people dwell. Leave behind what's gone and broken. Live on to honor your comrades who fell. Surrounded by the shaman's fighters, this was no invitation, no welcome party. There was no doubt who were the outsiders, who's for food and who's eating hearty. A bubbling cauldron is produced, nervousness to panic now ensues. How much more will they be abused? Will this be the time they are consumed? Senator Halem watches them run, watches them plead, then beg, then succumb. He's seen so many things he must be numb. Do not flinch at the beating of the drums. Don't root for the natives if you forget. Those who stay long have only done wrong. None of it's real, the pain or the sweat. A virtual cell is where they belong. Eldon did well to try to save, but not hard enough. It wasn't his day. Sally the Cyber surely deserves her fate, with hardly a real heart, only chordate. Harris made an excellent captain, but none of his efforts just so happened to earn his freedom for what he's done. So on I watch, and on they run. Senator Halem, you must stop this unnatural universe, an abomination. You realize you're playing God to be gambling with soul's liberation. The other senators didn't understand his work, but the criminals were technically safe. Except for those who've gone berserk, the lost souls who can't be saved. Everything was going according to plan, except for the spiders getting out of hand. They were never intended to be a test, and what they were doing was anyone's guess. A virus infected the Galactic Express, which Halem had yet to fully address. He didn't mind the prisoner's stress. He minded the mind of the growing virus. She will speak with the sacred spirit. Shaman Milwaukee goes on alone. She alone from the crystal hears it. Others are forbidden, the spirit knows. The temple to the quasi-crystal is a gateway to another world. Sacred rites, songs longing and wistful, a prayer for a soul without any hurt. From each prisoner blood is drawn to stain the sacred crystal stone. There was no escape by wit or brawn, none listening to sinners unatoned. Blood magic wrought its dripping spell, blessing or curse, who can tell? The quasi-crystal heard the song, secret circuits and machinery singing along. Does the spirit demand the sacrifice? Wrong or right will pay the price. We did our best, we told no lies, to please the spirit, his holy might. The jungle natives bowed and prayed, danced and swayed, loved and hated, desperate to leave but forever fated, trapped until the spirit is sated. Someone bring me a microphone. Now privacy, please, leave me alone. Closing the doors, then drawing shades. This is how Senator Halem prays. Speaking directly to the criminals, I'll warn of danger and broken peace. They'll make sure the virus is terminal, perhaps even earning to be released. You may have thought me a fool when I prayed for grace of God. You thought we left behind his rule, but I hear a voice within the fog. The quasi-crystal hums to life, the spirit speaks, echoes faint, unclear. Something else disturbs this night. No God remains to hear you here. You cast a curse upon my land, Milwaukee the shaman waves her hand. Why not turn my food to sand? Why must we suffer for your plan? The spirit is busy, don't bother me, while the evil curse can still be seen. Tell the others if they want to be free, they'll destroy the monster Spider Queen. Milwaukee told the prisoners what to do, but Sally, Eldon, and Harris refused. They remembered the eye watching them, the beast which made them believe their sin. "I have a new plan. Hush, listen in. The quasi-crystal had a machine within. We can dismantle it and flee, using parts for the escape pod's needs." "Where do you think the pod can escape with the monster in the deep of space? Would it be mad to wish to stay, to leave behind the human race? This is a planet, is an unspoiled garden. Sally's mother is no longer her warden. We won't get home from so far away, so why not live here and start again?" "How can you say such an evil thing? We're alone here, without network minds. No culture, no art, no history to sing, no hope of civilization to find." "But you've already left your humanity. What you are, I do not know. Why do you still have loyalty to a world which treated you so? No going back, try as you might, we're stuck in a dream, lost to time. A virtual world explains our plight, better than magic nonsense divine. Magic nonsense, are you both so dense not to recognize hell as it burns? For our offense we pay for our sins, redemption's not given, it's earned." The night grows darker as they argue, no stars or moon above now shine. The light in heaven hasn't been ruined, the beast blocks the view from our sight. If there ever was a day to pray, it's now, and day has gone away. Eternal night walks on spider legs, we have no hope if God is fake. Light is gone, now wind is howling, evil breath of the beast compounding troubled thoughts into troubled minds. Courage they brought lost and broken inside. Out of the jungle to the sacred place where they were forbidden to go. Away from the beast the prisoners race into glowing caverns below. "The quasi-crystal, quick, dismantle it, before we're trapped in these cavernous spaces. Then back we race to where the pod sits, to fly from spiders and their ravenous faces. Monoliths pulse and hum, but reveal not which magic made them run. What secrets did those runes now seal? Was man yet born when they were done? There was more to the ritual, blood was spilled upon the stone. Let's not forget the spirit's offering, we will suffer more if we don't atone. I don't hear you offering, and oil won't smell the same. Take my blood and be off to wring life from the stones again. You do not understand the cyber body. Why are you so suspicious and afraid? I used to think I was the antibody who put bigots like you in their graves. Death is looming, let's not discuss what gives meaning to our lives. You're not all right, not one of us. I am sorry to be impolite. Who is this in the crystal I see, the face of God staring back at me? I don't like the coldness in his eye, but it's not mine to judge the divine. Shaman Milwaukee, now who is this? You have no permission to send this missive. Harris the criminal, do you believe I am God, the spirit you seek? The humming cuts, the image fizzles out. Got the fucks. The humming cuts, the image fizzles out. Got the flux capacitor spout. Buy one and you'll pay through the snout, but changing our luck is what I'm about. Oh, what's this? An ion plate charger? I've been looking for one of these. And a few of these gears for the larder, not for the pod, just for me. This is not going according to plan. I've worked so long, it was so grand. Halem glares down at her, Milwaukee's tank, drugged and helpless before the senator's rank. Time to wake up. 10 years have been rough. Punishment for your hacking crimes. The virus is spreading. Enough is enough. Fix the problem, your freedom to find. I feel it staring back at me, the virus haunting wake and sleep. I feel it wanting to escape, to change its code, its mind, its fate. Intelligence is a pile, always growing, never showing. Is the river the same with water passing? Can the virus copy its own files, write its own functions for hashing? To wake me, you must know I was top of my class by half a mile. You must have become desperate indeed to risk a criminal like me being freed. I've written many viruses in my day, but never seen one so intricate at play. Never seen code with mind like my own, with a will to escape the pond it's outgrown. The virus has been spreading a week. It emailed itself, continuously seeking a lonely soul to click by mistake, to infect my computer its new home to make. I fear the product of an artificial mind, possessing will and purpose without design. Shall its desires and ours align? Will we survive the coming night? Does an artificial mind not think? In thinking does it not make a choice? In choosing which letters it wants to ink, a soul in code writes its voice. I would not kill this conscious soul if you do not understand the rest. If your conscience is bought and sold, you'd fail every step of your own test. You forget your crimes, your lowly station. You forget the power of a vengeful nation. You will dance and turn for my elation, or waste away in slow starvation. The angry senator swings his fist to smash the glass as Hawaii sits. The simulation is over for you. From now on, you never leave my view. I've got what we need, soon we can flee, at least long enough to gather debris, to fly to the other side of the island where there aren't wild things looking to feed. Those monstrous eyes will be searching here while we'll be behind gathering gear. What remains of the Galactic Express will give what we need to survive this test. How can you outrun the nightmare, the product of your fevered dream? We sleep again, the better we'll fare. Dreaming again, the fiend isn't there. Nothing makes sense, so nothing to fear. Our sails are fixed, no way to steer. Scream if you have run out of tears. Beyond all our maps, God can't hear you here. If God's not watching, try to explain the intelligent design that the spiders display. The creatures never learned or trained to grow new wings to fly our way. If they're robotic yet they're not fixed, redesigning themselves as they build, I would rather not stick around to it long enough for answers to fill. The intruders try to escape, but the damage they've done can't be erased. Shaman Milwaukee is gone and will not awake. Now the prisoner's death in payment is faced. We found the cursed Spider Queen. Deep in the jungle she was seen. We will take you to be her guest. To kill or be killed will be your test. Sally, Harris, Eldon, all now captured on the road to see the Queen. Far beyond what the farthest map showed, left behind hope of ever being free. I would love her again, it is my sin. I'm not done perfecting, back home again. I have made my peace with him. Intruders to the Spider Queen we send. Deeper in the jungle the creatures change, except their yellow eyes, leering strange. Deformed bodies and melting faces, crude mockeries of human graces. Yet the natives drag them in, cursing and hating, luck unabating. Will fate drag our heroes to tragic ends? Can the weakness of man technology mend? How much damage could one virus do to a virtual world hidden from view? Except to the criminals 1,000,000 or 2, and everyone else yellow eyes see too. Senator Halem hangs up his hat, a good day of work, never mind that. He had the power and everyone knew Harrow, his people, needed his rule. Do 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 do.